How many folks here have lost their jobs?
It's Public Service Recognition Week in America, but for these public service workers, it feels like anything but.
How many people here are more concerned about the people who are going to be hurt because you lost your jobs?
They're among the tens of thousands who've lost their jobs at the hands of Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency.
It's particularly hard to swallow following the election where everything was supposed to be about jobs and the economy, but no one seems to care about our jobs or our economy.
But they can't make us disappear.
Dr. Custer worked at the Education Department but lost his job under President Trump's plan to dismantle the agency. Now he and a group of fired federal workers come to Congress each week to remind politicians that they're the elected ones, not Musk and his band of government cutters.
And it's outrageous that our Congress has allowed him entry into our buildings, into our facilities, to steal our data, and to fire our federal workers.
Elon Musk has got to go.
Yet DOGE has brazenly careered through the federal government, slashing as many as 260,000 jobs by some estimates and leaving entire departments dismantled in their wake.
The country's going bankrupt.
And although Musk is gradually stepping back, he insists the work of DOGE will continue, that it's a way of life, like Buddhism, he says. But all the while, people's lives and careers have been shattered.
My name is Ariel Kane, and I worked for the Department of Health and Human Services before I was fired by the Trump administration.
Ariel describes her job as a calling, working in maternal health for the US government. But in February, with no warning, she suddenly received a letter.
Unfortunately, the agency finds that you were not fit for continued employment because your ability, knowledge, and skills do not fit the agency's current needs, and your performance has not been adequate to justify further employment at the agency.
The letter was ostensibly from a manager in her department, but Ariel says she knew who was really behind it.
But Elon Musk is like the main villain in my story because of his lack of regard for the work that people do and his very seemingly disinterest in learning about what people do. Like just the cut first and ask questions later. That might work in like the tech startup space, but we are talking about like people's lives.
Ariel is now looking for work, but speaking out against Musk and DOGE means she's finding it even harder and frightening.
I need a job, and like this talking out will shape what type of opportunities I have next.
Do you think it will?
Yeah, I know it will. I've already had interviews where people have said they appreciate what I'm doing, but they can't hire me.
Ariel is part of a massive group of government employees, all desperately looking for jobs amid a federal hiring freeze.
How are you feeling?
Really demoralized.
Sam worked for the Institute for Peace, ironically, until the day Musk's men swept in anything but peacefully and took it over. She was fired, as was her partner, a worker in another federal agency.
How are the pair of you coping?
It's day by day. The stages of grieving are definitely here.
Is that how you describe it?
Yeah, it's a real grief. And I think speaking to colleagues as well who have lost their jobs, we're grieving the work that we wanted to do, and we're also grieving the careers that we thought we would have.
I was given 15-30 minutes to pack up my desk that I'd worked at for 8 years.
Amanda worked for the Agency for International Development, USAID, that Musk shut down practically overnight back in January, paying little notice, she says, to the vital work it did to save lives around the world.
When we're not making our payments, when we're not running our programs, when we're not providing the medicine and education and health care that we had promised our partners, people are dying.
Now she's worried that China and Russia will step in to fill the void, while people like her have been driven from their profession.
I can, obviously use my skill sets elsewhere, but I can't work in this field that I dedicated my life to. So, yeah.
There are now multiple court cases challenging Musk's slash and burn approach. And though this protest may be over for today, these public servants say they'll keep coming back until they and thousands like them get the recognition they deserve.